This is the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates, your hot spot for everything you need to know about Jacksonville State football. Time to get the scoop on this week's matchup with your host, Shane Wilson, and the legendary voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Parris.
Thanks for hanging out with us for another week in the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates. By the way, if you are a Gamecock Corner fan and you are listening to us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We would love that, and give it a thumbs up as well. That certainly helps us get the word out about the Gamecocks to many, many more folks. So now, 4 in a row for the Gamecocks after they win big on Wednesday night at Burgess Snow Field at Amherst Stadium. And tonight, their biggest game of the year. If you follow college football at all, you certainly know how good the Liberty Flames are. However, they're in a very unique situation. They haven't lost very often at all, but they're coming off a loss against Kennesaw State last Wednesday night as well. So let's talk about that. Joining us this morning in the Gamecock Corner from Lynchburg, Virginia, where tonight he will be telling you all about the Gamecocks as they take the field against Liberty, is the voice of the Gamecocks for more than 40 years, Mike Parris. Mike, thanks for hanging out with us again in the Gamecock Corner.
Good morning. How are you doing, Shane?
Doing good, sir. Now, another huge win on Wednesday night for Jacksonville State. Let's talk about that, and let's talk particularly about Trey Stewart, who is just absolutely tearing it up the past couple of games.
He is 3 straight games, 100-plus. He went for 210 the other night, 21 carries, so averaged 10 yards a carry, and having a terrific season. And getting most of the snaps now. And Warren Lewis was the veteran, if you will, coming back, and he's been banged up and hurt, been out the last couple of weeks. And Stewart, boy, is taking advantage of the opportunity. He transfers in from a Division II program, and terrific numbers there at Limestone University up in South Carolina. Ran for almost 3,000 yards in his time there, and he's been sensational, and I think he's getting better every week. So rode him last week for a while, and a big night for him, and we'll need another big night from him in this one against Liberty.
All right, let's talk about the Flames. We know a lot about them. They have been one of those teams that's outside of the Gang of Four, so to speak, but they're right in the middle of the playoff conversation and have been for the past couple of seasons now. Jamie Chadwell has come in and picked up right where Hugh Freeze left off, but you got them in a unique position because they're coming off a loss, which they are not used to. So talk about that and talk about what these Gamecocks might need to do to make it happen tonight in Lynchburg.
Well, they lost last week. Kennesaw got them by a score of 27-24, held on to beat them. It was their first loss going back to the 2022 regular season, snapped the nation's longest regular season winning streak. They lost some guys from last year. They got a wide receiver at LSU, lost another guy to North Carolina. So may not be quite as dynamic on offense as they were a year ago. They still have Caden Salter at quarterback, who player of the year last year in the league, offensive player of the year, originally signed at Tennessee, and has had a great career there. Got a terrific running back, Jamal Cooley. In fact, he had a great game against us last year, ran for over 160 yards and a couple of touchdowns. In his 2 years at Liberty, they are 11-0. He's been over 100 yards 11 times, and they're 11-0 in those games. So obviously, got to figure out a way to slow him down. He didn't get many touches against Kennesaw last week, so I figure we'll see a lot of him in the game coming up tonight. So, and then defensively, again, lost some guys there, and maybe I think they run pretty well, but they've had an issue or two here or there. And quite honestly, they were 5-0 going into the Kennesaw game, but they'd lived on the edge. They'd had to come from behind in 3 of those games to win them in the fourth quarter, and 2 of those were league contests. So I'm sure, no pun intended, they'll be flaming tomorrow night, if you will, and coming out, ready to go. They'll be breathing some fire. It'll be interesting to see. First time they've tasted defeat. The only loss last year, Oregon beat them in the Fiesta Bowl because they got that group of 5 bid, one of the New Year's Six contests, and Oregon behind Bo Nix beat up on them pretty good last year in that game. So it is a big game for them, and I think because they've got the loss, we're unbeaten in the league. Western Kentucky's still unbeaten in the league. So a big game for them. And last year took advantage. It was a tight game at the half, but they broke it open the second half. Outscored us in that second half, beat us 31-13. We have to play better than we did for last year against them in order to have a chance just to win on the road. Had some success up there. Jacksonville State played up there twice, 1982 and then again in 2016. And won both the previous weeks from Liberty at their place. So hopefully keep that winning streak going up there.
Would be very nice. All right, now, just want to warn you, you better mind your P's and Q's and be on your best behavior, especially around campus up there, because, they frown upon a lot of activities up there, Mike. So, you just make sure that you're on the straight and narrow while we're there.
All I'm doing is eating and talking and talking about football is all I'm going to be doing. By the way, beautiful campus they have. It is gorgeous, and they've got the best of the best with everything up there. It is a wonderful campus.
Well, hopefully you're headed back after a Gamecock victory, and we will talk about that in the Gamecock Corner next week. Go Gamecocks, and Mike, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure. Look forward to next week.
Pre-game tonight from Lynchburg, Virginia, 5 o'clock. Kickoff at 6 o'clock. Now, if you're not able to hear it on radio, you can see it on TV on the CBS Sports Network. But don't forget where your home for the Gamecocks is, and that's 102.9 WKXX. We'll be talking about it next Wednesday morning in the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
Join us next week for the Gamecock Corner, brought to you by Randy Jones and Associates, a production of WKXX Sports.